morning one and all. Myself Bhavani from Civil Department. Today I am going to give the lecture on impact of droughts. Means in the last class we have already studied about what is meant by these droughts and what are the different types of droughts here. Means when any type of droughts occur means what is the main impact that will be caused to the overall atmosphere and also climatic conditions and also to the humans, animals like that. Okay. And coming to the impact of these droughts in case of this economical impact or whether it may be socialized impact and also environmental impact, what are the different types of impact that is going to be occurred because of this droughts means coming to the first one, that is desertification. Mainly what is meant by this desertification means where the soil will get incapable means to fertile also. Okay. Why? Because if the soil is having the fertility nature means that will grow the crops. But if they didn't have that capacity means there will be no agriculture in that soil. So because of this droughts also means droughts nothing but means no rainfall will be there, means very less precipitation will be there. Due to this less precipitation only, overall that region will going to be just like this desert area. Okay, with the water only we are going to grow the crops. Okay, and here where this desertification, it is nothing but the soil becomes incapable due to its infertility and also it becomes like the bare land here. Means bare land nothing but what? Just like the desert. Means obviously we know that deserts are nothing but it will be overall that region will be having the sand only. Means very far for some very far area trees will be there. So that because of this very less amount of water to the trees are going to be die because of the lack of water here. That is nothing but the desertification. Soil will lose its fertility nature. That is called as the desertification here. Means if the soil loses its fertility nature means what will happen? Means we are going to lose the vegetation here. Means that vegetation can be useful for the humans and as well as the animals here. Animals also they are going to eat this means small plants, and from that plants fruits grown fruits they are going to eat. Means likewise because of this desertification also that will be very much lost towards the humans and also the animals here. Means so if the severe droughts occur means there will be desertification is going to be occur and it will be mainly unsuitable because of means there will be no vegetation. So the possibility of any type of vegetation is impossible in that area because of the lack of water here. Means like this. Obviously you can say this one is some of the fertile land at some time, but without this water this land is become like this. Means this is one of the example of desertification. Means obviously this tree is now it is dry, but at some time means in the past it is a very well grown tree. Because of the lack of water this tree becomes like this. Okay, and next one is water bodies dried up. If there is no water means automatically water bodies like small ponds, rivers, reservoirs and also streams are going to be dried up. Means automatically that will impact the natural habitat. Means there will be so much disturbances towards the natural habitat that will impact both the aquatic life, wildlife and forest and also the human life. Means most of the people they will just depend upon the means from the forest they are going to get them some people they are going to get the logs and after cutting that logs only they are means that is their daily life. By cutting that log they are going to means they are going to buy that one and from that one they are going to have the money. Means some people will be having this job also. So if there is no forest or there is no trees means obviously that will impact the overall their daily life also. And likewise here also, if the water bodies is not at all having any water, means that in some areas these water only can be useful for the drinking purpose and for the washable purpose, and for so many purpose we are going to use this one. Means in industries, factories, we are going to use the water for any type of processes. Okay, if the water is not there nearer to this industries, factories, or so many companies, means obviously that will impact their economy also. So we have to be very much careful if these water bodies are going to be dried up. Why? Because in Rajasthan, for example, we can take in Rajasthan that overall um, that state air overall area is covered with the most of the area is covered with the desert only. Means in that desert area we can't find the water there. Means so they developed some technologies. In recently only they developed some technologies like means they are storing the rainwater. By storing that rainwater and filtering that water, they are going to save themselves. Means among them only they are developing the technologies to save themselves from this droughts also. Okay, means droughts nothing but whether it may be drinking facility or whether it may be some other facilities also. Means without any water, how we are going to sustain ourselves, means how we are going to survive ourselves at the time of no water. Okay, means they are developing so many technologies like storing the rainwater or getting the water from various places, and they are going to store that one, filter that one, that may be useful for some other seasons also for them. Okay, and likewise if the water bodies are dried up, means rivers, ponds, everything, means some rural people they will means they will depend on these water bodies only. Okay, if the water is not there, means obviously their daily life is going to be disturbed. And here also overall ecosystem and also the natural life system is going to be get disturbed there. And due to this one, here you can see, means how this water body is going to be dried up because of this droughts also. And next one is reduction in crop yields. And during this droughts also, agriculture yields are going to be reduced. Why? Because if the water is not there, means obviously there will be reduction in the crops. If the reduction in the crops will be there, means there will be food prices are going to be increased. That will impact the economy of the country here. And also this increases the gap between the demand and supply of that crop. And recently we are facing so many droughts in some areas. Why? Because in some area some crop will be very much normalized crop, that one. But when droughts occur, means that crop cannot be grown. Means what will happen in some area, that crop can be grown easily and that people are going to be get the very high price because of that crop also. If that crop is in demand, means obviously rate of that crops is also going to be increased and supply of that crops will be reduced. And due to this also farmer is going to be faced so many losses and they have to pay more labor to the means to the labors also. And within there will be so many outcomes that will comes from this yields also. Means after for plucking that crops also, or for cleaning that fields also, and for means for the watching of that crops also, they have to, farmers have to pay for everything. Okay, for watering that fields also they have to pay for each and every stage of this crop growing. Okay, so because of this droughts also they are going to lose so much because of this lack of water. Next one is migration and the death of the animals. And here, what is meant by this migration of these animals are, if in the forest, for example, we can take, obviously animals are going to be live in the forest. And in the forest also, maybe we can take example of summer season. In summer season, what will happen? There will be lack of water in some of the areas. Means these water bodies are going to be dry at that time. So there will be these overall animals or any some other aquatic life also going to be endangered at that time, and they have to leave their habitat and they have to move to their other places because of this water. Means that will be very difficult to the animals also to leave from their origin place to the another different place, and that will be very new environment for them. They have to means habituated in that new area also, and some animals maybe die because of this change in climate, and there will be so much loss in the biodiversity also. Okay, next one is monetary loss, and in this monetary loss what will happen means due to the droughts there will be so much monetary loss. Why? Because if the agriculture is not there means obviously that is going to be a huge loss for the overall country. Means government have to take some serious action to eradicate this drought disaster. Why? Because if the droughts is happening means agricultural fields are not going to be grow. Why? Because lack of water, we are not going to get any type of crops there, and that will increase the income of the means food products are going to be prices can be increased at that time. There will be so much monetary loss during this droughts also, and this loss can be maybe it can be incurred by families, government, and also the businesses, and even individuals at the very low levels also. So much decrease in the money matter also because of this drought disaster. So in the past we are having very few hydraulic structures, but nowadays because government want to change the country, means to avoid these droughts also they are constructing so many hydraulic structures like dams like that one. Means they can store the water in the reservoir, and at the time of lack of water they are going to release that water towards the rural areas or some other main places where they have to get the water. Okay, and so by this also we are somewhat eradicating this drought. And next one is waterborne diseases spread. Means in the picture only you can see this is one of the contaminated water, and in that contaminated water these kids are playing also. Because of this one we are going to get the waterborne diseases like cholera, typhoid, malaria like this one. Why? Because in some of the areas what will happen means those contaminated water only can be used for the washing purpose or for, and most of the case that may not be useful for the drinking purpose, but in some areas they are using that for the drinking purpose also. Means obviously if these droughts are going to be happen means there will be quality of the water can be decreases. Okay, why it can be decreases means due to the water scarcity. So if we are going to drink the clean water means we will be very healthy and our immune system can be increased also. But without the water, overall our immunity system is going to be decreased, and also there will be malnutrition can be happen in our body. This malnutrition can be occurred in most of the kids we can see. Why? Because in the means in children only we have to means give them very plenty of nutrition food. Without this nutrition food they are not going to have the strength also. So in the children only we have to give means nutrition food, we have to give clean water, we have to give to them means to get the immune system to themselves. But in some areas, for example we can say Africa only, in African people these droughts are very common to them, but they have to very much serious about their livelihood also. But they will just roam around this contaminated water, and those people they are getting the waterborne diseases easily. Okay, and also in clean water only we have to means cook in that clean water, and we have to drink that clean water. If the water is not at all clean means automatically that will impact our body. And also some of the chemicals or any impurities when they mixed with the water means that is going to spread these waterborne diseases. Okay, And at some time means when in rainy season we are going to get the water like some muddy like water, okay, and this color we are going to get. So we have to be very careful when we are washing our clothes, or maybe when we are drinking that also, we have to be very careful to not drink this type of contaminated water or muddy water also. We have to filter that one, and then only we have to drink this type of water. And here you can see this is one of the ways to escape these waterborne diseases. First, we have to avoid the water stagnation. Means nearer by our houses or some other area, there will be some stagnation of this water. Means storage of that water. Means contaminated water will be storage on the road itself. Means from that road only we are going to travel. Means in that one small mosquitoes will be there. If that mosquitoes will come to our house and they will bite, means automatically we will be going to get this dengue, malaria like that one. So we have to avoid the water stagnation here. And next one is we have to clean the water. Means obviously when we are having this some muddy water like that one, means we have to clean that one, or we have to filtrate that type of water. And next is we have to wash our hands. Means when we roam around the city or when we roam some other places, means at some time that place can be contaminated, but we don't know. Means we can't see that dirtiness there. Means some chemicals will be there. Means some bacteria will be there. When we are keeping our hand on that one, obviously our hand is going to be get that viruses also. So after coming to our house or in that area only, means that contaminated place only, if you are there, we have to clean our hands. Why? Because if we are going to keep our hands like this, means automatically that will impact our body also sometimes. And next one is avoid pre-cut fruits. Means when we are eating only, we have to cut the fruits. Means after cutting the fruits, just to keep out that fruits for 2 to 3 days, means, or 1 day also, that will impact this. That will impact our body. That may cause sometimes this waterborne diseases. And also next one is we have to use the antiseptic. Means means in our water also, for example, we are using this Dettol like that one. Means in this in this rainy season, for example, we can take, we are having so many we can see so many contaminated water on the roads also, and nearby our houses so many mosquitoes will be there, and that place can be very much contaminated. Means when we are going outside and coming inside, means that virus we may take into our house. So we have to use the antiseptic. Means not daily but day after day also we have to use this antiseptic also. And dampness can be avoided. Means we have to cleanly wash our clothes also, and that have to be dried enough, and thereafter only we have to wear that clothes also. And next one is we have to cover the stored water. Means some people they are just heating their drinking water, and after the heating only they are going to drink that water. When we heat that water, after drinking some of the water, we have to cover up that stored water. Means without this covering, what will happen? Some of the insects or some of the mosquitoes, they will just fall on that water. That will also be called as the contaminated water. If we heat also, after falling of these insects or some other mosquitoes into that one, means of course that will be called as contaminated water. And next is no street food. Means if you are going to use this street food, means street food is nothing but on the streets only they are going to make. Means there is so many virus can be there or bacteria can be there. Means when we are eating from that streets also, we are going to get the some virus we are going to get like that. So at this time, means without getting these waterborne diseases, we have to be very careful to not eat this street food here. And next is we have to boil the drinking water. Means obviously when we are going to boil the water, means when any impurities is there in that water means that will goes. Okay, so that's why we have to drink the hot water when this or rainy season, or when any some disasters happen like that one. And also clean before we use. If you are going to use any utensils or any water cans like that means we have to clean that one, and then only we have to use that ones for some other purposes. And we have to store the means after getting the water, drinking water or some washable water, some other from other places means we have to cover up that with some lids, like that we have to do. And next one is don't stay wet. Means when after coming from this rain, after coming from this rains, we have to stay dry at that time. Means somewhat wetness will be there on our body. We have to change our clothes and we have to dry our hair so that we can't face this type of waterborne diseases. And next one is migration of people. And here, when droughts is going to be happen, some people can be migrate from one place to another. Means they are forcibly going from their origin place to the another place for their betterment. Okay, means when these droughts are going to affect their livelihood means that will impact the overall their life. What will happen for that people means some of the people in rural areas, they will only depend upon the agriculture. If these droughts occur means there will be no agriculture. Means what will happen? They can't stay in that place because without money they can't live. So they will migrate from villages to some other towns and they will go for some labor works like that one. Sorry. And next one is when this loss can be incurred on that family means overall that family have to go through this stress and strain. Means which leads to their means they have to go for another job. And mainly this overall impact of these droughts will be on the children, elder people and also for the women it will mostly affect it. Okay. And next one is malnutrition and death. Means just now only I told you means mainly in the kids. In children we have to be means whether it may be in children or women or men also, nutrition food they have to consume. Without consuming of this nutrition food like eating the eggs, eating leafy vegetables, eating some other carrot like that one, they have to be nutritious. Okay, without the nutrition food we can't have the strength also. So in year to year so many people are dying because of this malnutrition also. Means there will be some deficiencies in their body. Means some may be having the deficiency of vitamin A, some may be having the deficiency of vitamin E, like that one. So many people are suffering from this malnutrition. So we have to be very much careful when we are consuming any type of food. So just we have to avoid the street food. Okay, so that we can eat some very healthy food like leafy vegetables. This lady's finger means these are all the vegetables which will give them nutrition towards our body. And mainly this malnutrition can be avoided due to the non-availability of the food sometimes. Why? Because if these droughts occur means there will be no means demand of that food is going to be increased. Means poor people what they will do? They can't buy that vegetables or they can't buy some eggs also in some of the cases. Means if that price is very much low means that will come under their rate means they will buy. But that is having very more amount that they can't buy means they don't have to means they don't want to eat that food also. So they will just leave that food and they will just eat some normal food like that one. So these situations we can observe in the very poor countries. Okay. Without this malnutrition, we can be very much healthy. So we have to eat the much nutrition foods here. And next one is hydroelectric power becomes expensive. Means there will be dry spells. Means because of these dry spells and also the very low water levels in the both hydraulic structures and or in the some water bodies also, what will happen? Droughts is going to be happen means these are all means best example because of this hydroelectric power is dams. From these dams only we are going to generate the hydroelectricity. Means if the water is very much heavy means that can give more amount of hydroelectric power. But water is not there means how they are going to generate this hydroelectric power. So more energy can be utilized for the generation of this hydroelectricity. More water will be there means obviously electricity generation will be very easy and that will come at the very cheap price. But without this water, um, we have to generate the electricity means where there will be very shortage of water in the dams. Means when they are generating also they have to means that turbines have to provide very much energy because of the very low level of water in the dams. Means due to this a very small amount of water in the dams, these turbines are increasing their speed. Means when they are increasing the speed, they are going to means that there will be so much loss to that government also. Okay, what they will do? They will just increase the electricity bills due to this huge loss, and that can be incurred by these energy industries. They will utilize the hydroelectric power, and when government giving the electricity to some other industries means they are going to charge with very huge amount, not with cheaper amount. Okay, government is going to be take very huge amount from the industry people to give this electricity. Okay, means if the water is at very high level means generation of the electricity will be very less. Okay, here you can see means this is the dam means water is going to be comes like this, and this is the turbine here. When this turbine is rotating at very speed means that will go towards this powerhouse. Means from this turbine only we are going to get the electricity here. Means high level water is there in the dam means it will be very easy to convert this water to electricity. Hydroelectric power we can get easily. But if it is having the very low level of this water means they will going to be charge very high amount for the people or as well as the industries here. And next one is tourism and recreation. Means what is meant by this recreation means obviously people have to be having this recreational activity. Means whether it may be swimming or jumping or bungee jump means some recreational activities have to be provided, whether in the water bodies or like that one. Means fishing they can be done, or some swimming they can be done, and also bungee jumps can be done onto the water, like that they can do. But with these droughts they can't do this type of recreations. Why? Because here you can see this picture. Means when the water is there means so many people they can go for the boating, or so many people they can go for the fishing, swimming, like that one. But with these droughts happening, we can see how this overall soil is dried up. Means they can't go in the boat also. Means that is not going to move. So that will impact the overall recreational activities, tourism also that will going to be impacted. And directly it is going to impact the local economies also. Means in some, for example, we can take some Ooty, Goa, like this one. In that places, means Goa we can take. In Goa we are having so many beaches there. Means people will be going to Goa because of the recreational activities only. Okay, scuba diving they can go, swimming they can go, fishing they can go. If that, for example, if that Goa water is going to be dry means obviously there will be no tourism in their place. Okay, so they are going to be economic loss in that area at that time. Okay, and this is the overall summary of the impact of droughts here. And because of this droughts there will be depletion in the surface flow and also the groundwater flow. and that will leads to the scarcity for the drinking purpose, agricultural purpose, and that will impact the ecosystem also. And there will be soil degradation and erosion can be occurred. Okay, this is all going to be increased the risk of desertification, and there will be migration of the humans and animals because of these droughts also, and there will be rise in the food products, and livestock can be suffer, and crop yields can be declined at that time. And because of these droughts, temperature is going to be rise. With the rise in temperature, these wildfires can be occurred in the forest, like that one. And there will be means expensive of this hydroelectric power can be means uh, energy cost can be very high at that time. Malnutrition can be seen in the humans, and there will be um, means municipal people, they are not going to get the water, means water supply are going to be stopped, and also straining of this infrastructure can be happen. And water can means if we are going to eradicate, means we have to conserve this water, and so many policies we are going to introduce, and we have to restore this ecosystem to avoid this type of droughts here. Okay, these are all the summary I have kept here. These are the references books. Thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.